It's a brand new week and it's a brand new episode of Sister Sister right here on Channel 1 TV. And if you're listening, this is 97.3 FM. My name is Kata, and of course, I'm very excited to be here with you this day. And I'm guessing you're asking, why are you so excited? Well, I'm so excited because you guys have sent us letters, and we are going to be reading these letters to help you find solutions, to tackle all the problems that you are dealing with in your relationships. If you're wondering, how can I send my letter to Sister Sister? You can send it via sistersisterisllive@gmail.com. And remember, relationships have ups and downs, they're black and white. Today's good, today's bad. And yes, that comes up with a lot of problems. And when I talk about relationships, I'm not talking about, relationship that have to be amorous or has to do with, man, woman, love. It can just be with anybody. It can be with your family. It can be with your friends. As long as it's a relationship with a human being or even your pet, just send us those letters. We will get to read it right here on the show. I want to say a very big thank you to Gino for holding us down always. Thank you for sponsoring this show. And remember, if you're thinking of your stews, your sauces, your jollofs, all the nice things you can think of when it comes to food, remember that Gino has everything that you will need. So definitely go out there and check them out. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, I will be introducing the sisters and we'll be getting into the letters which you have sent.
So, Mommy, who is going to do my wade jollof?
Oh, Kwame. You know our secret, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, me. I've got it.
Now, add your Gino jollof mix.
The perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time. And there you have it, your original Ghana jollof.
Jollof so good.
Jollof so cool. Tasty, yeah.
What is going on here?
Enjoy jollof the Ghana way. Gino jollof is made with the perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time.
This advert is FDA approved.
All right, welcome back. It's still Sister Sister right here on Channel 1 TV and City 97.3 FM. Now it's time for me to introduce the sisters. At this point, this is where you get drum rolling. Boom. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the sisters. All right, we have Rosie.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Rosie.
How you doing?
I'm fine. Rosie, you switched colors today.
Yeah, a bet told me I kind of look good in green.
Ooh.
So I'm trying to explore that green and see whether I'm not looking like a forest, but I'm actually looking nice.
Right.
And I'm actually enjoying my makeup.
Yeah.
And I'm just loving myself this evening. Yeah.
That's nice. I just learned a little bit of something right now. Self-love.
Yes.
It's important to show yourself love sometimes. Yes. And it's important to be your own fan sometimes.
Yes.
And when that's what you're doing.
Yes.
All right. Ajovi. Ajovi, you're looking nice. What's the secret?
La Bamba by tea.
La Bamba by tea. Wow.
Yeah.
You're actually looking very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How's
Thank
work?
you so much. Work is amazing. It comes with all the stress.
Yeah.
But good stress, actually.
Yeah.
I love that.
How many projects have you done?
We just completed a project.
Woo!
Money.
Yeah.
Money! You gotta take us out.
I need to. Full office, kitchens, all that. So it's been good.
All right.
So far, so good.
Okay. All right. So Dr. Ethel.
Hi.
Hi, Dr. Ethel. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. How's work?
Great. You look fabulous in those earrings.
Thank you. It's women by Sandra.
Hey, she was waiting for it.
Women by Sandra.
And you should do
All right. Anyway, Dr. Etta, I want to say a very big thank you, to you, to all of us want to say thank you to you because you send us gifts.
Yeah.
You gave us gym bags.
Totally unexpected.
She gave us gym bags. So she's just letting us know that, okay, for those who have made promises to themselves that they have to work out and they have not worked out yet, it's, the second quarter of the year. I mean, it's the second half of the year. So you can start working out. So she gave us bags, to start working out. Very cute gym bags. Very lovely gym bags. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Hope to see you in the gym someday too.
Me too. I used to, but
you used to. You gave us gym bags and you don't use, and you are used to.
I guess that will give me pressure to go back.
Yeah.
I will. It's good to always keep fit.
Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our sisters are here already, and of course they bring all the vibe. Apart from the vibe and the aesthetics, the beauty of this place, they also bring the knowledge, the brain, and also the experiences, and that is what makes this show special because they get to share from their own experiences and also share their thoughts with you when it comes to all the problems that you have in those relationships. Now the letters are here. Sisters, should we dig in?
Yeah,
Let's do that.
All right. So first letter. Dear sisters, please keep me anonymous. Always. 15 years ago, I cheated on my wife. I'm not proud of it, but I was deeply unhappy in the marriage. She gave me no peace, no affection, and I felt emotionally abandoned. After the affair, I tried to make amends, planned vacations, romantic gestures, anything to bring the spark back, but nothing worked. On one of our trips, she met a woman. Let's call her Jane. They became close, and I was glad at first, but soon my wife changed, distant, secretive, always on calls with Jane. I later found out Jane had introduced her to a wealthy man in the UK. They've been romantically involved for some time. Now, my wife barely acknowledges me. She focuses only on our kids and is constantly traveling for business. Emotionally, I've lost her, but I still love her and wish we could get back what we once had. Lately, I also met someone new. She's kind, warm, and I find myself falling for her, but I'm scared to cheat again, scared to hurt anyone, and scared to repeat the past. Sisters, I'm stuck between holding on and letting go. Please, what should I do? This is a conflicted but still loving husband. Rosie, let's start with you.
So 15 years ago, he cheated. I'm assuming his wife found out or has found out. Okay, so the problem with cheating, at least the first offense, is that before marriage, if the vibe that you people agreed on or what you got was that you were meeting a partner for life, where you're going to be loyal to each other, and promises are made, expectations are high, you're going with full chest, like Ajobi will say, and you're all happy about it, you realize that the moment you enter the marriage, I keep saying that women typically, if you have a woman who's been chopping your money plenty, when they enter marriage, they quickly stop chopping the money and start thinking about how to maintain the home and how to build.
Yeah.
When a man is hunting, and finally they marry you, instead of thinking to take it a notch higher, they think like, look, right now, I've given you what you want. I've given you respect among your peers by marrying you. I've done what is right by you. And sometimes, if you're not lucky, that is when they also now turn around and go and mess up. Because they feel like, oh, they've had this one locked down. So now they can afford to go and, sell their, whatever. So there's a disconnect. So most of the time, a lot of women start nagging after marriage because this kind of change, apparent change, comes as a shock to you. And how you relate to the shock is to talk. So when you speak once, let's say you are the relationship before, when you speak once, the man listens, okay, baby, I understand, no problem. But now you speak and it's falling on deaf ears. You speak and it's falling on deaf ears. And then the shock that this person is just so different after a short while, it breaks you. And not many people are able to recover from that. It really breaks you. So I have a feeling that that's what happened.
Yeah.
It broke her, and then she became distant.
Yeah.
And I'm sure because she felt she was in a marriage for the long haul, and probably there were kids involved and all of that, she took a decision to stay in the marriage for the sake of the kids. But emotionally, she had distanced herself.
Yeah,
so she was just in there, you know, for the time being. And sometimes what a man calls an apology is actually
because
sex.
you were caught.
No,
okay.
It's actually, you know, sometimes when they do their things, when they come, they buy you a bag or set trips, take on trips, buy a bag, come and have sex with you, and they think that they have apologized.
Yeah.
Everything is done.
Yeah.
But for women, when we are hurt, it goes it takes a lot to get a woman to actually forgive you and start trusting you again. We are not able to take drastic decisions because the first line is not to leave the marriage. But it hurts, and it takes a long time to get us back to where we trusted you, and we were secure in the love that we had with you. But that being said, I'm very disappointed in the woman. Because if your husband cheated on you and you were this hurt and this disconnected and it pained you so much, why then do you also want to cheat on him? I would rather that when Jane introduced you to a new guy and you felt like this is someone I want to be with, have a conversation with your husband and let your husband know that, look, listen, I've stomached this for a long time. The marriage isn't working for me.
Can't do it.
And I can't do this anymore, and step out. Because once you are also in that act, you can't justify anything. You can't justify anything. So I'm thinking that this lady could have gone out. Now, to top it all up, now this guy too, you've also met somebody again.
Yeah.
That you also fancy.
Yeah.
Then it means that there's a problem fundamentally with the marriage. So which means that either the marriage was a marriage of convenience, a marriage to climb up a social ladder, a marriage just to chalk some stages in life. I don't know what the marriage was built on. Because if the marriage was built on something solid, one, even though there are mistakes, forgiveness would come. But this one, forgiveness hasn't come. Rather, it's retaliation. And even further retaliation. So I don't know. So for me, I'm thinking that, look, gentlemen, if I were you, the fact that you've cheated, you are very sorry, you are very remorseful, your wife is also, in fact, your wife is actually doing it. It's not like she has done. She's actually she's in the process. She's doing it. You've also seen somebody. It's very murky. I think that, personally, I would think that this is a marriage that you will have to sit down and really discuss where you want the marriage to go. I won't say that you should, I won't open and say you should end it. I mean, that's what I want to say, but I don't want to say that. Because he doesn't want to end it. So all I'll say is that, look, think about where you want the marriage to go. If you guys want it to go further, discuss it and decide what to do. If you guys decide that you want an open relationship, open marriage, decide that too. But know the implications of an open marriage spiritually, socially, mentally, not only on both of you, but also the kids. So for me, I don't think this marriage is healthy. That's what I think. Yeah. I think the marriage fundamentally is flawed. What is existing now is not healthy. It's not helping any of the parties. And I think that there has to be some level of communication. Maybe they even need therapy. Because if the lady has not healed, they need to heal her. If the man is not doing something right, because he may think that he has repented, but maybe there are things that he's not doing right. So they need some form of therapy. They need to talk. They need to come to a table and decide exactly what both of them want. And I believe if they do that, most likely, I can assure you that 75-80%, they will probably go their separate ways.
Right. So Ajovi, if you go back to the beginning of the story, he actually said, I am not proud of cheating, but I was deeply unhappy in the marriage. Don't you think that's the point where he should have probably exited or found therapy?
I think that it's a thing of communication. If you're not happy in the marriage, have you communicated it? And if you have, how have you communicated it? Because sometimes, let me give you an example. When he mentioned, you know, being remorseful, but then booking trips and all those things. Sometimes you think that those things, the material parts, material things, you know, makes it easy for you to let go of the pain. But it goes deeper than that. So I think maybe it's about how he communicated it. And also, when you're getting married to somebody, I speak from an angle of being a woman, their expectations. And naturally, women expect that once you get married, when a woman gets married, right, she gives herself certain standards, certain values, certain things she goes by. Example, if she used to hang out with friends beyond a certain time, once she's married, she considers herself as a married woman, exactly, so she stops. Men are not really built like that. I said not really built like that because when you first get married, maybe for the first 3 months, maybe after work, usually when he was a single guy, after work on Fridays, he would hang out with his friends. And because you guys got married, and obviously he wants the first phase of the marriage, he would try to keep up for 3 months, at least. After 3 months, he goes back to his old self. Men don't see marriage to be how women see it. A woman is thinking, no, I'm now responsible, I'm now this, I'm now that. And even that sometimes negatively affects how we dress. Because you're thinking, oh, I'm not a wife, I shouldn't look like this, I shouldn't talk like this, I shouldn't behave like this. Which is why you see some women in town and, I'm a missus, I'm this, I'm that, you know. It just comes naturally, you can't blame anybody for that. But men don't see it that way. So being a woman, obviously she'll start nagging. Right? And being a woman as well, I think one of the things that we need to learn, that we need to master, is knowing when to speak and when not to speak, how to speak and how not to speak, how to go about certain things. When you are pained, when you are in pain, when you are hurt, there are things you say. Sometimes you can't control it. But you should also know that this is a lifetime journey. It's just like having a child. Every time the child does something, you hit the child. You'll get to a point the child will go, even when an external person or somebody else goes out, oh, I'll tell mommy. You hear the child saying, it's okay, all she will do is to beat me. Obviously, the child is used to that. So maybe sometimes we need to learn to change the approach, right? Because how we see things is not how men see things, obviously. So I'm thinking that the part where he was not happy, it had to do with maybe his actions. I'm not sure what he was doing from the beginning, because the woman would just not nag out of the blue just like that. There is definitely a reason for her nagging, and if she was nagging that much, I think you should have communicated. And okay, that is in the past. Now it's really affected the marital dates. I think it comes back to my thing of communicating. They need to actually communicate, find out where they could actually come to a middle ground, because your actions are not just affecting the two of you, it's affecting your kids too. I'm not sure how old your children are, but it goes deeper than that. It's not just about two individuals anymore. And like my sister clearly said, personally as a woman, there are things I wouldn't do. If I'm with a man and he decides to cheat, me, Ajovi, I don't see myself trying to, you know, say I want to out-cheat him. Let's see who can cheat best. I wouldn't do that because of my personal values, my personal morals. I wouldn't do that. It's either I'm out of the marriage or I'm not doing it at all. I would have that conversation with myself. Because one of the things that I feel I have is my dignity. And for that reason, I won't be with somebody who is cheating and say, oh, let me also do it for him to get hurt. No, it's all right. He can go ahead and do his thing. So I think that if the woman is listening, I think that she's hurt, which is allowed, which is valid. But I think she needs to find a moment to heal. Likewise, the man as well. Now, I also sense from what he said that he still loves his wife, he still loves his marriage. But how are you communicating that? If you say you're remorseful, if you say you have changed from your actions, how changed are you? Is it through actions or is it through gifts?
You said planned vacation, romantic gestures, and anything to bring back the spark again.
No, maybe, have you tried therapy? Maybe you should consider that. Maybe when you talk to her, she's at a point where she's deeply hurt, she won't listen to you. Maybe you should involve a third party. Maybe that can, revive your marriage again.
Yeah.
Not try to go back to some beautiful, gorgeous lady out there and say you're falling back in love with her.
Yeah,
if you really want
yeah.
to build that, you want to build what you have your family together, I think you should communicate. Involve someone who you think can help you. If you think Rosie can help you, please come back. Come to her.
I think he's being very inconsistent.
Yes.
1 minute he wants his wife, another minute he sees something else.
I think he's tired of trying.
No, I think he does want his wife.
Yes.
All throughout the whole process.
Yeah, but
you
cannot want your wife and then discover someone else that is kind.
But but here's the thing. But
falling
here's the
for
thing.
her.
Yeah. Know that it's taking 15 years. Maybe he's tired of trying.
Yes.
So then leave the marriage.
No, but
you can't just leave like that.
I get vibes that the
I think
guy
they should
is
communicate.
the guy is not a bad guy. Because if he was a bad guy and the wife had gone behind his back to also date somebody else, like by now the marriage would be
yes, because men don't easily forgive cheating like that.
He won't be there because of one time cheating. Then my wife caught me, and now she's doing it, and you can't say anything. The guy is a naturally good boy. He's probably a Fiero. He's probably
what if?
Shout out to
no, you see, what if because the other guy is actually wealthier than him?
No.
So here's the thing. That's why I said that I wouldn't want to out
reason why he's like, okay, let's make it work. Because
no,
when they see someone wealthier than him.
When it comes to what you've paid bride price for, when it comes to somebody that you are building a family with, it doesn't matter who is richer. This is mine. This is my wife. I have children with her. She's not starving. You understand? So what money the other guy has,
and I think they are well-to-do because of the trips and all those
trips and things. So it's not like, I don't think money is a problem or well-to-do is a problem. I think the problem is that he feels so bad about cheating, which gives me the impression that, look, he's not a natural cheat. He probably did it out of pressure. You know, some of these guys, when they sit boys and they are taking their BS,
not even the pressure, the nagging.
No, hold on. They discuss all manner of things. I'm talking about the pressure from the guys to actually see the cheating as an outlet for the woman's nagging. So when they are at the round table, they are drinking their beers and things. Some of them will talk about their escapades. Yeah. So there are a few who are not that, but they also want to fit in. So they go out and go and do some. But when they do it, because it's not their natural default, they finish and then they are remorseful, they are bad. I'm sure he took himself to even go and confess. I won't be surprised.
All right. So Dr. Etta, what are your thoughts about this whole thing?
A lot is going on in my mind, and I'm thinking that I'm tempted to agree that he's not a bad man per se. I'm feeling that there was something fundamentally wrong even from the onset. One, it could be that there were unspoken expectations, like they've said, that were not addressed. You know, we enter marriage and we want so much from that marriage, so much from the relationship. We don't communicate it. We assume that the person would give us that and the marriage would come out the way we want it. And then we start off and we realize, no, it's giving a different vibe. And we are looking for a way out. That happens. And unfortunately, we see that way out in some other relationship somewhere. Even to go and talk about it at the beginning, we feel like, no, we are disrupting something. You should be able to handle this. And then we hold on so much to whatever it is. It might be something very small that you are expecting, an attitude and the way it's even feeling. We don't talk about it from the onset. But the truth is that the beginning of every marriage is difficult because of some of these things.
Exactly.
We are all new to the whole marriage thing.
Different
Things
people.
are happening. We are not talking to each other. And there's a burnout. And then we want solace somewhere. Now we go and touch it and realize, no, this is not what I wanted either. I want to be in my marriage. I've heard a friend I know talking about how he has gone to cheat and he regrets it with everything in him. He feels like, why would anyone cheat? This thing is so awful. I thought there was so much goodness in this. I mean, he's so regretting that he feels like he should talk to the wife and so he's doing all of this. He's behaving like this man, doing all sorts of things to complement it. So that happens. But you know, so that's one bit of it. But I'm also thinking that the way the wife has received this is another problem, where you have been hurt and you think that, let me hurt back. In fact, 15 years on.
Yeah.
How have you held this so much? And you know, when we keep saying here that it builds a lot of resentment, toxicity inside of you. It makes you an awful person for you to keep it in you. And then now you want to act by harming yourself. I think it's sad that anyone will want to do that. So I think this relationship is really in a survival mode. Each of them want to survive. I'm feeling that also they might be having something good going on. There's something good about that relationship that maybe both of them might not want to leave. Maybe the woman, it's kids. Maybe for her, it's that I pay back, but no, I won't give him his freedom. Sometimes we have that right.
For another woman to come and
to
enjoy.
Come and take this, to come and do that. No, I suffered with him. I'm not going to let go. I'm going to be here. I'm going to do what he has done, and it will hurt him back. And you know that might be her part. And for him, he just sees a beautiful thing. I want to keep this, pay back. I mean, repair what I have, destroyed. And it's not just going on. I just think that they need to sit down and talk honestly. That look, talk about all that has happened. They need to talk about that first cheating. Resolve the issues. What did it do to you? How did you really be naked in front of each other on that matter? Because cheating hurts deep, it cuts deep, whether it was intentional or not. Whether it was justified or not, it's never justified.
Whether it was today or 20 years ago.
Exactly.
It will still be,
you
it will
have
still
to
be
resolve
hurtful.
it. There was a deep cut, and the woman has to come out and burst out, say all the awful things, say it just as raw as it is. Then he too would bring his part of it, and then you can now tell where you can go with this. If clearly it will not work, please do yourselves a favor. In fact, even a bigger favor to the children, and let this go.
Anyway, sisters, we have some messages, yeah? We have some messages. Talk about expectations. We have some messages. So this Bismarck Fried's Kuma says, she's gone. You're only seeing her physically. All the interventions you put in place, and sadly, it could not change her. This means her mind and soul had gone a long time and left the marriage. All she's waiting for is the right time to leave physically. I strongly recommend that you let her go and build something new with this new person. If you're afraid of divorce, you might never get a good marriage. And Abby Anderson says, since you're already having an extramarital affairs, just break up. Bismarck Ose is saying, brother, what you're experiencing is real. Emotional abandonment, guilt, regret, and longing for connection. But be careful not to mistake nostalgia for love. Love is mutual. If your wife has emotionally checked out, maybe it's time to have an honest conversation about the state of your marriage. And Jennifer Johnson is saying, thank you for your honesty. It takes courage to admit to mistakes and even more to seek guidance instead of acting out of impulse. You clearly still have a heart full of love, but love without peace becomes pain. You owe it to yourself and your children to heal, even if that healing looks like letting go. And Amos Dixon is saying, this is no longer about blame, it's about choice. Your wife may have found someone else, emotionally or physically. You now stand at a crossroad. Continue living in emotional limbo or choose the path that leads to inner peace, whether it's reconciliation or respectful separations. All right, so that's what we have for on our social media as the messages. I know Ajubi want to say something, but we have to take it.
This topic can actually go for weeks.
Yes, we can have
Because let's take a quick break and then we'll come back and get into the second letter.
Hey, so mommy, who is going to do my wade jollof?
Oh, Kwame. You know our secret, right?
Yeah.
Efia.
Yes, me. I've got it.
Now add your Gino jollof mix.
The perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time. And there you have it, your original Ghana jollof.
Jollof so good.
Jollof so cold, tasty, yeah.
What is going on here?
Enjoy jollof the Ghana way. Gino jollof is made with the perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time.
This advert is FDA approved.
All right, welcome back. It's still Sister right here on Channel 1 TV and City 97.3 FM. Now it's time for us to get into our second letter. Our first letter, yes. If left, we should have gone on and on and on. I know, they're still discussing it as we went on break. All right, so let us get into the second one. Dear sisters, I'm caught in a dilemma. I've been dating a wonderful gentleman for the past 2 years. He's fine, gentle, soft-spoken, and kind. The only real challenge we face is the distance. We live in different towns, so we barely get to see each other. Still, I cherish every moment we spend together. Our intimate connection is amazing, and he always finds amicable ways to resolve any challenges that come up. However, I have a big issue with him. He's not expressive. I'm laughing because this actually sounds very familiar. He's not expressive and doesn't give me the kind of attention I crave. I'm always the one doing the calling and the visiting, and honestly, it's exhausting. It makes me feel unloved. I've spoken to him about this so many times, but nothing has changed. Recently, I met another guy at a conference in Accra. He's not really my type, but he feels the emotional gaps I'm missing with my boyfriend. He's sweet, he's expressive, he's spontaneous, and we're able to do a lot together. The issue with him, though, and I'll be honest, is sex. Sisters, I can't feel anything. It's bad. Bad. I don't want to say it's the worst I've ever experienced, but I honestly don't think I could live with that. It is that bad.
You can't live without. You can't live with it.
I'm not getting any younger,
Let me tell
and
you for
I
free,
don't
you
want
can't
to
live
keep
with it.
jumping from one man to another.
You can't live with that one.
I'm confused.
No.
I love my man, no doubt about it. He's a good man, but I don't know what's wrong with me.
You can't.
The distance makes me feel lonely, and sometimes I'm tempted to just end things altogether. I really need some advice. Help a sister out. Good guy, but long distance and not very expressive. And then new guy, good guy, very spontaneous. He does everything. He's expressive, but he's very whack in bed. How are we gonna deal with this, Jovi?
I think my sister is a bit confused here. She's not a bit confused. I think she's confused fully. Because what do you really want? Do you want love, attention, or respect? Or you want something...
Can't I get all?
You can't get all in one person.
Why?
We are not perfect human beings. That would happen. And for me, right, I think that the first gentleman, her main boyfriend, to me, I think that's perfection.
I think so too.
Because he ticks all the boxes. The only place where he falls short, it's the constant communication part. But you should know that you can't get it all in one person. If that's the case, then you have Kwesi. Then go and take Kojo, who is more of a talkative, who would call you from morning to evening like he has no job, who is always available to talk to you. But I think for me, I sense confusion here. Now, the second person you're frolicking around with sounds just like you are just talking to him because he's more of a talkative. He's available. Which brings me to my next question to her. What job does this one do? Because a busy man A high value man, the key word here is a high value man. Now, who is a high value man? A high value man is a person she described earlier, the gentleman.
Why? Because he doesn't call.
Obviously, he's busy. Obviously, he has a good job. Obviously, he has his priorities set straight, right? Obviously, in my head, I'm thinking. Because a man who is busy will not be available 24/7. It is true that when a man is into you, he calls you often. But how often is enough for her? From how she's sounding like somebody who wants you to be constantly calling her. Have you had lunch? Have you had dinner?
But you can chat with me every day.
You can't. No, she didn't say they don't communicate every day. Did she say that?
No.
Exactly.
So she does the calling. She does the getting in touch. So it means that...
Is it every day?
No.
Then it means her letter to me is not complete.
She didn't it's complete. She didn't have to add it. She says that
mostly.
She does. That means that mostly.
What if the guy calls once a day? What if the guy calls once a day?
Or once a month?
No, once a day. And then she does the, in between calls during the day. What if the guy calls just once a day or texts once a day? Maybe she wants more than that. Yes. Because I'm saying this because as women, we can all agree that sometimes we want a lot of calls. No. We want a lot of attention. I used to share an office with a lady who once said to me that, oh, me, if you don't call me in the morning, afternoon, evening, by evening, you are single.
I love it.
Why is it paracetamol?
So I asked her, is her boyfriend doing that? And she said, yes, he does. And I said, he's done that all these years. She said, yes. But here's the funny part. The guy is a married young guy.
Oh no, but you see,
exactly.
I don't care about he being married and blah blah blah. But I feel like sometimes there are people for you.
Yes. And people who are not.
I love attention. Yes. There's a man out there that wants to give you attention. Yes. I don't love attention. There's a man out there that doesn't really care about all that.
So that's the thing. So that's my thing of saying that she's confused. She needs to know what she wants. You know what you want, you go for it. Now, don't be confused and go for somebody who is obviously not for you, like you categorized it, and then expect him to be what you want him to be. He's not going to be like that. You end up like the first letter, nagging. You end up being the bad person. You are a lady, you genuinely do not want that. You don't want to be tagged like that.
Yeah.
So go for what you want. It's a matter of choice.
Okay.
Go for what you want. And leave that gentleman for me.
All right. So Dr. Ethel, do you think people can work through these things? Obviously, we all differ as human beings. Do you think, okay, I say, meet this guy and say, I love attention, all right? But I don't know about you. And if you're lacking that, I think you can learn some of that. Do you think people can actually genuinely learn to give their partners some missing factors?
I'll say yes and no. Yes, sometimes you get involved with someone, they are lacking something, and you can see clearly that they want to work it through with you. They want to do it. And I would say that ensure that they have graduated in doing that which you expect before you marry them. Don't marry the potential of that thing. I also think that sometimes we deceive ourselves that it can be worked out, and we don't really give it that attention, and we assume, oh, it will be fine, and it ends up not being fine.
Yeah.
If you ask me, in this case, these two might not be for her. You want something. There are not only two people in the world for you. Today, these are the ones, but if they don't have what it takes, in fact, don't go. In fact, if in your entire life you don't find the person you can have a healthy marriage with, then marriage is not yours. There are those people.
Ooh, I love
so
that.
yeah, settle for something like that. We trivialize marriage and what we want in marriage. You want attention. You think, oh, it's just attention. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a big deal, and it can mess you up big time. Because if you ask me, the difference between marrying someone or being involved with somebody in the extent of marriage and the one I'm not marrying is the attention we have for each other. If not for that, what else? Because you marry someone and you get attention from somewhere, it's cheating. It's emotional cheating. So if you want something as, important as attention, please look for it. make sure you get it. And the good sex part. Oh my God.
No good sex, bad sex.
Bad sex part.
Yes.
Girl, you won't survive it. For you to notice it now. Because when you get into marriage, the whole thing about the fact that this is the person I have to do this with all my life. This is the jollof you eat all your life.
Mind you, she's not even talking about marriage.
That's
She is.
Oh,
She is?
Yeah. She said she's getting older and she doesn't want to jump from one man to the
another.
other. That's why she wants us to help.
My
her
love,
at
take
this
the
point.
older part out. And let's
Yes.
focus on the rest.
The fact
Take
that
the
you
older. If not, if she emphasizes on the older
I think
part,
you're
she'll
right.
give herself pressure.
I think you're
and
right.
then go for the wrong person.
Yes,
That is not for her.
which is not what she should do. So clearly, I think she's just what she's expecting or what she wants is not a big deal. It is what she should be looking for. I think it's two ways. A big deal, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like you're asking for something too much. And you are these two things, good sex, you need it in marriage, girl, and attention you do. So if you don't find it in these two gentlemen, girl, your man is somewhere waiting for you. I think you should give that also. That should be an option. Putting these two men aside and looking elsewhere.
Right. Rosie, what are your thoughts?
Feisty Rosie.
Yeah, a very feisty Rosie, please. When I think that she's, she has a love language. And unfortunately, the people that she's meeting or the first guy doesn't conform to her love language. So for someone like this, you'd be surprised that it's not gifts that make her happy. It's just that calling her, affirming her,
If not by evening, you'll be
letting
single.
her feel like, she's the only one for you. That's what makes it tick for her. And she loves the attention. Because if she was complete in the first relationship, she wouldn't have gone for a second. But, my dear, sex, when it's good, is taken for granted. But sex, when it's bad, it can take away everything, including what you have.
Yes.
Now, you are enjoying that attention now because he's fulfilling the 2% or let's say the 20% that the other guy doesn't have. But when you, for example, if you leave the first one and then you focus on this one, that lack of good sex will now become 80% of your problems. Because sex is the most powerful tool in marriage.
Yes.
Look, I will not underestimate it in any shape or form. Listen, sex, it solves quarrels.
Headaches.
Headaches.
It does.
Back pain.
Stomach ache. Even when your toe is hurting.
Therapy.
Look, listen, sometimes when you are very angry, when you are angry, it's because you haven't got some in a while.
And you don't know. Yeah.
Hey, when you're angry and misbehaving, and they catch you, they give you one. You realize that you have come back, you are back to civilization, back to factory settings. See, when that is if it's good.
If it's good.
But when it's bad, it gives you headaches.
Oh my.
It gives you problems. To waste, listen, the way women are designed, the energy it takes to get ready for sex, where, you have to even be lubricated and all of that, and you have to be ready to receive and all that. To go through that process and waste it
Oh my God.
on a non-performing asset
don't say
or ill-performing asset, it is a waste of your engine.
Yes.
You understand? So, for me, it's a bad state to be in. So, my dear, let me join Dr. Ethel in what she's saying that, look, most likely these two men are not meant for you.
Yeah.
And also let you know that when it comes to relationships, in the beginning, attention is always optimal. But as time goes on, because in the beginning there's curiosity, wanting to know each other and all that. As time goes on, especially depending on which phase of life you are in. And that's why I want to side a little bit, Ajovi. Let's say you've gotten a new contract, you've gotten a new deal. You can get busy for a moment, for a period, where the attention is not as, as you would want it to be. But then there's always a moment where you, how do you call it, reset back to factory settings, and then you can actually start the communication again. But the thing is that when you're in a relationship that is good for you, you don't even have to analyze too much. You feel it. You know it.
Yeah.
If it is right for you, even if the person is not communicating with you because of something, you yourself, you know that it's because of this. That is why it's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not a red flag for you, or it doesn't become bothersome for you. Once it's becoming bothersome for you, that means there's a problem. So in my opinion, like I said, I don't think these 2 men are for you. Number 2, stop worrying about your age.
Yes.
I won't be surprised if I ask her how old she is, she'll tell me she's 30.
Or late 20s.
Or late 20s.
And I don't have a child.
You
I don't
see,
have a husband.
this thing where people worry about their age, it's good to worry, because as women, our bodies are such that the older you grow, the more difficult it is to carry babies, the more difficult it is to do certain things. Agreed. But when you focus too much on your age, you end up marrying a rat.
Yes.
So
You marry what?
a rat. Yes. So it's better you look out for somebody for you.
Yeah.
And it starts from your inner energy. And I believe that when your inner energy is right, you start attracting things like you.
Good for you.
But when your inner energy is desperate, you attract those kind of guys. So let women who are desperate for a relationship, realize that they are so desperate that anytime they meet a man, the desperation seeps through their pores, and then within a short time, the man
feel it.
vanishes. He feels the desperation. So my dear, relax, enjoy yourself, have friendships, go to very nice places.
Be outside.
Be outside. Yeah, and please don't be in the room, please.
Yes.
Go
outside.
out. Go out. And you by all means meet somebody who you feel is a man for you. So for me, the second man is a complete no-no for me. No matter the attention, my sister, please, in future, you send us another email. We don't want to read
It's possible that man can find a woman who will be okay with that kind of...
No, yes, but
for her, it's
for
not
her,
a no-no.
the sex is not happening. So the
'Cause I
second
was
one
just
is
worried
wrong.
for him
For
for
the
a minute.
first one, I don't know the dynamics of a relationship. If it's something that you think you can work with, you can stick with it. But the moment you've moved out and took somebody else, it means that one too was not nothing. So take your time and find
Not
a
exactly,
man for you.
because she herself, if she's talking about marriage, then some of her priorities are not being set straight.
Yes,
But she needs to sit and know what she wants.
Exactly.
Because if you're talking of marriage, the only thing she's talking about is attention. And then she's talking about sex. What about the other ones? Because I know I'm not married, but I know that in marriage goes. It goes.
So what you say? So you know.
So it goes beyond. It goes beyond these two things.
Sure.
Right. So her priorities are not fully set.
Yes.
I think she's more concerned about her age, and she's letting go of the other areas she's supposed to be focusing on.
Let us get into some messages. So Yolanda is saying, sis, I feel for you. You are craving connection, not just presence. A man can be good and still not be good for you. Don't let guilt tie you to someone who leaves your emotional cup empty. You deserve fire, not just embers. Darlene Morrison says, sis, let me be real with you. A man who doesn't see you won't magically wake up and start putting in effort later. I think the first one sees her. He just lacks
the
proper
attention,
communication.
But it's not for her.
It's not for her.
It's
I don't
not for
think he
her.
sees her enough because her attention might not be too much.
Well, let me leave it alone
You
because
see,
I think that is
no,
not. I
you
think
would-
it's not clear because we don't know how often this guy
No.
calls.
Let's
and we
not-
don't know
let's
how
not-
often it's often for her.
I don't think we need to make excuses to
for
whether it's 1 or 2 or 3.
So she's
For
not
someone
getting it.
like you, the first guy will be perfect because you see the guy
That's why are you calling me 247?
That is you.
That's
But
you.
for somebody like
calling from
Our
morning
point
to
is that
evening.
it's
somebody
not for her.
else would also want the baby, have you eaten? Baby, what are you doing today?
If not by
Baby, what
evening,
your
you are
plans?
single.
Yes.
Well, Claudia Kumson is saying you're not broken, you're just human
Yeah.
and in need of something deeper. Don't punish yourself for desiring emotional consistency and physical chemistry. You can have both, sis. Settling for half a loaf when you are hungry is more is a recipe of resentment basically. So Chidima is saying, Auntie, the math is not mathing. You have one man who loves you but ignores you, and another who gives you attention but leaves you in cold bed. Don't trade loneliness for numbness. Hold out for the one who sees, feels, and value all of you. Asantiwa is saying, Sister, don't let the fear of being alone lead you into settling. You need someone who speaks your love language emotionally and physically. It's neither, if neither man fits fully, maybe the right one is still ahead. Don't tie yourself to have fulfilled love. Akoswa Educhum is saying, my sister, I would say that both men are not for you.
That's the answer.
You are.
Have a deep rethink about your relationship with both of them and make the right choices. Kojira J, the second man is giving you all the attention because probably you've told him about the first man.
That's true.
Not to make the biggest mistake
Actually, she did.
of your life.
She told the
A good man is hard to
She said
find.
the guy found out about the emotional gap or something.
No, she didn't.
Okay.
She didn't.
So Marie is saying, ma chérie, love is not just about comfort. It's about connection. You want touch, passion, and attention. All are valid. Don't guilt yourself into accepting
That's the word,
prompts.
valid.
Where you're built for full course love. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we have as messages.
I think we're in tune with our...
I know, right?
Sisters, thank you so much. Thank you. It was really nice having this conversation with each and every one of you. And I hope the viewers actually enjoyed this. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, I'll be sharing my final thoughts.
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensa.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensa.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.
All right, welcome back. It's still Sister right here on Channel 1 TV, and if you are listening, it's on City 97.3 FM. So I'm just going to share my final thoughts straight up to each and every one of them. The first letter from the conflicted but still loving husband. I think the biggest problem is not this is something a lot of men think, that saying sorry just erases everything. Buying gifts just erases everything that you've probably done to your wife, especially when it comes to cheating. And you do not also realize that this actually causes a lot of emotional scar. And sometimes this emotional scar can eat in deep, that some women find it so hard to forgive easily. And that is because of the trust that they have actually put in you, and you found a way to break that trust. And when it happens like this, I don't think you as a man should just expect everything to go away because I gave her gifts. Go away because baby, I'm trying to take you on a holiday. I'm trying to make things better. It doesn't work like that because the harm has been caused. Now it's about trying to find a way to mend that broken heart. A broken heart doesn't always mean breakup. Sometimes this is what causes a broken heart. So at this point, I think your wife is still very hurt. She's not there emotionally again. She's gone, like the lady said. But it's time to seek counseling. It's time to go for, couples therapy. It's time to speak to someone wiser than both of you. It's time to seek, all the best advices from people who are meant for this. And when I say people who are meant for this, people who actually study this and people who do this for a living, not just going to your pastor and say, Pastor, please, I've been doing this, and then my wife. No, sometimes they are very biased when it comes to those issues. So that's why I think it's important that you seek proper counseling, seek proper therapy, and from there you would actually know how to move along with your problems. Either you will both decide that you will fix it, or you will both say, okay, we've come to the end of the road, but we're still going to be good friends for our kids, and let's just move on, separately. Anyway, thank you for actually sending in that. But yeah, that's what I have to say for that. And when it comes to the second letter, I think your feelings are valid as a woman. And I will agree with the ladies that probably you haven't even met the person for you. And thinking about your age is funny, because sometimes what you actually plan for yourself is not what God has destined for you. So yes, you might want to say, I will get married at so and so age, but God will say, no, you're probably going to get married at so and so age. Definitely not what you planned for yourself. So I would think, what I would say is, think about just making yourself happy, living fully, that rather than thinking of, oh, age is catching up to me, so I need to get a man by this time, or else you will end up marrying something that is not for you. I wouldn't say something, because we've seen it. So many people have ended up miserably. So many people have ended up in toxic situations. So many people have ended up in marriages that have taken their lives. And that is probably because, they were rushing, because they didn't take their time to get to know this person. And also, I think your love languages are something you need to check out. So when you meet someone, it's important to discuss your love languages. If that person cannot meet at least 3 of your love languages, then I think you make a decision from there. All right, so yeah, and that's it. And about the bad sex, girl, we're not gonna support bad sex here. You should be happy, but except you're okay with it. But since you're not okay with it, no, you don't manage bad sex. There's nothing like managing bad sex. Anyway, thank you for sending in your letters too, and thank you for letting us read it here. Please do not forget to send in your letters via sisterislive@gmail.com, and also a very big thank you to our sponsors for holding us down every week. Thank you so much, Gino, for being with us throughout the show. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to take my leave. My name is Kata, and this has been Sister.
Accra High School announces Founders Day